Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here, back for round 2 with this red token Stompy deck. Yes, I'm going to be keeping this one. There is at least somewhat of an argument to just, like, jam a Rabblemaster on turn 1. I'm not going to do that. But I just wanted to throw it out there. Chalice on 1 sets it up so you can protect your threat better. Spend a Rift Bolt. Blood Moon not looking so great here. So, if I play out a creature this turn, I'm actually just 2 for 1-ing myself because I trade the Rift Bolt for my creature and my Spirit Guide. I don't think I want to do that, so I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. It's slightly awkward if they play their Eidolon, or Eidolon by proper pronunciation. And I end up taking a little bit more damage doing it this way. But I think that's better for me overall. So while normally we'd want to play Rabblemaster first, Hanowar Garrison has 3 toughness, so it can actually attack into Eidolon. We're on the wrong end of the life total spectrum right now. How good the rest of this hand is really depends on what our opponent is working with over there. Like, I've invalidated, I don't know, at least a third of their deck with this Chalice on 1. Oh, wow, that is very aggressive. Wow. I mean, I can respect it. Like, if you have to win somehow, and the rest of your hand is junk. So I really don't want to play this Ancient Tomb and take damage off of it. But I think I have to. So, Embercleave math. So next turn I'm going to have 3 attacking creatures. Embercleave will cost 3. My Goblin Rabblemaster will have 4 power. Embercleave will make it 5 power plus double strike. So I'm theoretically hitting for 12 next turn. That's neat. I would kind of like to draw a mountain so that I can do this without tapping the Ancient Tomb. But I don't think that's where I'm at. So I kind of expect my opponent to block. Oh, just blocking a goblin. Okay. Pause as opponent reads this card. I don't think I need to kill that. I mean, I could. Does it change my clock? It lets them chump this next turn. Maybe it's just correct to go ahead and equip it here. Then if I draw a land, I can just re-equip it next turn. And I don't think any combination of cards... Yeah, I don't think any combination of cards kills me if I kill the Eidolon here. Because I won't lose to something like Price of Progress plus Fire Blast if I'm at 7. Actually, I didn't do math to see if I locked them under their own Eidolon if I just Ember Cleaved the Rabble Master. I should have done that check. So I would have dealt 8 more damage, put them to 4. No, I didn't lock them under it if I did that. So I like that play. Okay, Blood Moon's out, Blood Sun's out. Let's start there and start bringing in some cards. Trinisphere, that's a yes. Scab Clan and Abrades, those are a yes. And Thought Not Seer, you're probably getting in here too. That'll mean I'll need to cut one more card. I don't think this is really an Ensnaring Bridge matchup. Their creatures are too small. Not that it's really an Idol of Oblivion matchup either. But I think this is fine. I could see cutting Idol of Oblivion just because it's not red and you can't pitch it to Chrome Mox. I am bringing in 3 more non-red cards, so that is something that is relevant. He says as he draws Chrome Mox plus a bunch of unplayables. I think I've got to pitch this one. It doesn't really do anything, and it has an Ancient Tomb, which I don't really want to lean on in this matchup. He says as he draws another Ancient Tomb hand. I think I'll be keeping this hand. And I think I'm going to pitch my red card. I just don't see myself casting it anytime soon. I think I need to try to aggro my opponent out this game. This actually saves me a lot of life. So I will use this. Actually, just pretty happy that opponent didn't have a lightning bolt there. Friend, that's an instant. You can do that on my turn. Chrome Mox is an amazing, amazing draw. So the Idol of Oblivion, assuming this makes it around the table, actually looks pretty good here. We also potentially have my opponent under enough pressure where they can't just slam something like a Sulfuric Vortex onto the table. Which is great. Not sure what these pauses from my opponent mean. I really don't know how I feel about my opponent's Fire Blast play. We've been super aggressive with it 2 games in a row. Because it kind of seems to me like their cards at CMC 1 aren't necessarily going to outvalue me. It's their more expensive stuff that gives them the chance to win these games. Am I just playing a Mana Monkey? I only have a few red cards. So I guess it's just fine to play this out as a clock. I kind of just want to hold this until I can get some value out of it in the same turn. Oh, shoot, I missed a point of damage. The worst thing is that it's a point of damage that compounds over time as well. Because it's 1 point this turn, a 2nd point next turn. Alright, I didn't miss a point of damage. Yeah, an opponent has so many searing effects. That's a little unfortunate. So I don't regret playing out the Simian Spirit Guide as a clock. I absolutely do not at all. It's just, it has been made awkward by the fact that I drew Seasoned Pyromancer. I am now expecting to lose this game. Like, my opponent has multiple draw steps here to just deal 6 damage to me. So any 2 spells should do it. I need to draw a land this turn. That's awkward. It's very awkward. And I also probably have to play it still. So the thing about going to 4 is that it's not really any different from 6. It's like, because the Thought-Knots here can check creatures that are getting through. So the only thing I'd change is that I become more vulnerable to Price of Progress. So like right here is the spot where my opponent can kill me with Price of Progress. Although after I tap the Ancient Tomb, I suppose it's the same thing. I need to play this because it shortens my clock by 1 turn, while also probably not changing my opponent's clock. And so my opponent missed an easier lethal line. Like, with both of my lands on the battlefield, they just could have killed me. I'm thinking about Idol of Oblivion versus Blood Sun here for Chrome Mox reasons. But I think all of this matters a lot less when I'm on the play. The upside of Blood Sun is that it makes my City of Traitors not disappear, and this land's very, very strong in the matchup. But I think Idol of Oblivion versus Blood Sun is pretty close. Without the Trinospheres, we're a little... Without just, like, the pile of Trinospheres, we're a little worse off than normal in this match. So this is an Ancient Tomb-based hand, which I don't like. It is hyper aggressive, though. So I think I will keep this one. I'm definitely helping my opponent out. Our Goldfish speed is kind of nuts. I also think I lead on Garrison. Because if my opponent plays a Goblin Guide or Swift Spear on one, or I guess Goblin Guide specifically, I can block it. And if my opponent just like main phases a removal spell again, like they did in previous games, I would rather they eat this one than have the opportunity to get my Rabble Master. Now I will absolutely slam this. So if they miss out on their third land here, they are probably effectively dead. Okay. It's better to War Boss, I believe. So I could turn... Actually, does Embercleave only pumps by +1/+1? So I guarantee Embercleave damage this turn if I go in with Embercleave. No, Embercleave requires red-red. I don't have red-red. So I need to War Boss. So I've done a lot of damage to myself, but I have so much power on board that my opponent can't really bounce back. All right, good stuff. Let's try again.